Good morning. I look really red. Just noticed that. Great. Anyway, I'm at the DMV. I'm actually in my aunt's car because I have to guard her medicine because that's what she delivers. She also works for that. But she asked me in the morning, or my mom called me in the morning to tell me that my aunt needed my favor of standing in line for her at the DMV until she got here. There was no line. So I came here at like 8:50. And pretty much made a line for no reason. I mean, there was a little bit of a line when she got here, but it was still only like 4 people long, with me included in it. So, yeah. And I was about to let someone else get in front of me but then she finally got there, or got here. Yeah, so, hopefully whatever she has to do doesn't take her too long, because I'm hungry and I wanted to go do some things. I have to go to the post office to buy stamps, because apparently the post office by my house is closed now. So it's no longer convenient to live right by a post office because it's closed. But there's one a few like minutes away. Like, it's like maybe 4 blocks away from my house, but still, it's kind of annoying when you had one like literally you could just cross the street and it was there. Oh wow. I'm sorry. I'm just kind of tired. So I just hope she hurries up, because I would really like her to hurry up so I can go get food and get my stamps. And I'm tired and I don't want to fall asleep and then be woken up, all of a sudden. So hopefully what she has to do is fast, because once you get past the line, it is kind of full. It's a DMV. Hey, so I'm still at the DMV. I'm back in my aunt's car like a little while after I was filming, or vlogging. She came because she needed to go do a delivery, and then she's back. So now I have to stay here because they're just starting to call all the numbers with the letter B in front of it. It smells really weird in here. I should probably put the windows down a little bit because it's going to get really hot in here. But yeah, I still have to go home and do stuff. But at least she gave me some money, so I can go buy a burger or something after this, because I'm like dying of hunger. Okay, good. It smells kind of funky in here. So yeah, she might have to leave again, but I hope they just start calling all the numbers with the letter B, so that in like, I don't know, 30 minutes I can be out of here. This really sucks. And I can't leave because I have to take care of the medicine she has still in here. It's real fun. Hey, so I'm finally free from the DMV. My aunt was able to do what she had to do. It was so hot, and her air conditioning kind of worked, kind of didn't. So I was like, oh my god, I'm dying. It was so much nicer outside. She goes, I just meant you needed to guard the truck. I didn't mean you had to be inside. I was like, well, you could have told me that before. But I'm at the post office now, so I can buy my stamps, because stamps are just needed anyway. I know, like, now everything's like done electronically and through email, but there are times you do need a stamp for, or to send like a bill payment, because like my health insurance, they don't accept online payments. They only accept mail-ins or phone-ins. So yeah. Anyways, I should go get that. I'm gonna get a book. Might as well, because my mom sometimes needs them too. Hi, so I'm back home. I know I didn't really film a lot, like, once I went to work and everything like that, but, so let me just kind of recap everything. I'm really tired, and I should have gone to bed a while back. I don't know what's wrong with me. So, anyway, I did end up going to buy the stamps at the post office and everything and whatnot, and then I came home and I called Tmobile, So, because I wanted to figure out why my bill was like $480, and so because I knew 200 of that was for the cancellation fee, but then I forgot that they add taxes and prorates and everything. So, and now my mom, because I told her it's gonna be like 160 with just her and my sister, but there's even like another discrepancy there. It's kind of a pain to deal with them, but basically, when the plan that we had before I canceled the line, it was $100 for 2 unlimited lines. But now, since I don't have my line, it's one line that's getting paid $100 for to have unlimited, and then another line that's getting an additional $10 just because it's a little bit different. But that plan was supposed to apply to 2 lines, so now I have to ask them like what's gonna go on, because it would be ridiculous. And then if they tell me that it's gonna change my plan again, it's gonna be another like pain to deal with them. Plus, I noticed that, I'm not sure if any of you remember, but back in like 2010, which is when I originally got my contract with T-Mobile, they had been promoting that until 2012, kids would be free. Meaning you could tell them, oh, my kid's going to be using this line, and it would be free. And so I want to know why they've been charging me $10. And I know it's kind of late to like catch this, but why all of a sudden they're charging me $10 for the additional lines? And so if I can get that reimbursed, that'd be awesome. So there's like a lot of things that have gone wrong with them. So yeah, anyway, so my mom's, what actually comes a little bit more to than the 160, but that's because I have this weird line on there that I just didn't get rid of, which I should have. But no one uses it. It's not like a smartphone line, so I guess that's why I haven't worried too much about it. But basically, the bill's really like $205 without my line, which is not that big a difference from when I had the line, which is the weird part. That's what it's also kind of weird, because it should be a lot less than that, since I mean the bill was $250. No, less than that. It was a little less than $250 a month. It was like $230, something like that. But anyway, but my mom can't afford $160 a month on a phone. So she might cancel lines and do something else, or she might just go somewhere else. She's going to investigate that tomorrow. But I still have to call again and speak to them again and see what's going on and what's going to happen. So yeah, that's what I dealt with when I came back, and I had like this huge pimple. So anyway, and then I ate a sandwich because I was starving, and took a shower and stuff after living with them, and basically didn't really have all that much time to do what I wanted to do, like my to-do list, except for call T-Mobile and get stamps. So hopefully tomorrow I can wake up early-ish. It's already 1:30, almost 1:40, and probably just work out a little bit in the morning here, do the video or whatever, do the next dance, and then wash my makeup brushes and organize stuff and try to take things to the consignment shop and stuff and whatnot. So that's kind of the plan. But yeah, and then after that I went to work and everything was fine. The baby was behaving. I took her to the bookstore because she had sandals on, so she's really weird about getting sand, like touching sand with her feet. And she'll do it, but she freaks out the first 5 minutes of doing it, and then finally when it goes in, she'll be there for 10 seconds before being like, okay, sand got into my shoes, just move on. So I decided, I'm like, why don't I take you to Barnes & Noble, because I'm kind of don't really have the energy for the park. So we went, I got her chocolate milk, and I got myself chai tea, because that's what I always get, for the most part. And she was doing completely fine, got her into the bookstore, we were reading books, and all of a sudden I just see her, like, swat, like, with the book, and she was laughing, and I was like, no, we don't, because basically to us that's like hitting, so I'm like, no, we don't hit, so you're gonna get 2 minutes. As soon as I said she was gonna get, like, a timeout, she's just freaking the fuck out. Like, I'm like, oh my god. And, like, she was screaming throughout the whole recital, and usually she'll just be like, no, and she'll just sit down and, like, do, like, fake tears and stuff and not scream. This time she's screaming. I was like, you can either quiet down and we finish the 2 minutes quickly and we get back to reading, or you can keep on crying, and not only will we be leaving, you'll be adding minutes to you'll be adding additional minutes to this relaxing time you're getting. So yeah. So I had to, like, carry the screaming kid out of the store, and I was like, oh my god. And I told my boss, she goes, no, you did completely the same thing. She goes, yeah, I know. I'm like, nope, other people don't have to deal with, your tantrum. Like, they want to read, and if their kids are behaving, then so be it. We're leaving. And then finally I left, like, I just turned the car on and put her in and put the air conditioning on, and then just sat there for 4 minutes while I talked to my boyfriend, and, like, she had to be quiet. And then finally she goes, are you talking to? Who are you talking to? I'm like, I'm talking to Michael, but I'm like, hold on, Michael. Like, are you ready to say sorry? And, she apologized. And after that, she was completely fine. Went to go pick up the dog. And the dog was crazy, though. There was this little dog in my boss's apartment buildings that ever since, like, last week, no. Wait. Did she go back to school last week or this week? She went back to school this week. Ever since this week, or maybe even a little bit last week, there's this little dog, and I'm pretty sure it's, like, some small dog, because it doesn't sound like a big bark. It sounds like kind of a chihuahua bark, like a little annoying. But every time I take the dog out to do its business now, if it hears the freaking dog yapping, because, like, that little dog's the one that starts all the yapping, and is yapping with, like, another dog on the other side of the building, like, the courtyard that they have, to the, like, the more posterior buildings. Like, it's a bigger dog, you could tell, and stuff, or at least, like, a more gruff sounding dog, like a bulldog or something. And they're just barking back and forth, but the little one's the one that starts it all, because usually the other one's quiet, and then, like, Bella goes crazy, and she won't do her business, and I'm like, oh my god, stupid dog. I'm like, just shut up. Like, little dog, just shut it, because this dog needs to do its business, and you're not making my life any easier right now. I'm just like, really? And now, it's like every time I take her out, it's the same freaking bark. And I'm like, can't your owner, like, I don't know, put you somewhere where you're not barking? But yeah. So, and then we watched this little show for kids. It's called Doc McStuffins, which is really cute. So I let her watch that while I made her some pasta. And I put her to bed and everything, or, like, played with her, read to her, and then put her to bed and stuff, and took the dog out. And her mom came home, like, I stayed about an hour later today, and for whatever reason, I'm, like, really into watching Dr. Phil lately. I don't know if it's just because when I was babysitting the full 2 weeks, the past 2 weeks where it was, like, the full day, basically, the Nate Berkus show, like, was just on repeats because I believe they canceled it. Like, that was the only thing that was on at that time. It was, like, nothing else that was kind of interesting, so I started watching a lot of that, and now I'm, like, addicted. It's really weird. But I was watching that while I waited for her, but she went to go meet the cast of Awkward, because they had an event, but she was telling me that the main girl kind of overdid it with the makeup, in a bad way. So yeah, Jenna, or whatever her real name is. Anyway, I really should stop talking. and go to bed. So anyways, if you have any comments, leave them down below, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. I feel like I'm leaving some sort of voicemail greeting message, but yeah. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. Alright, anyways, I'll see you guys tomorrow, so good night.